Finally, The Rock has come back!
Where's the goat? The goat!
Oh, bitch, we in for a good one. We'll do it live!
Push that ass away!
Bitch, don't tell me what to do!
You're far right, you're an asshole. You're far left, you're an asshole.
We'll do it live! Fuck it! We'll do it live! We'll do it live! We'll do it live! We'll do it live!
Good afternoon, not Vietnam, not Shadowloo, but YouTube. It's your boy Animaine coming to you with the first of several daily episodes of We'll Do It Live. That's right. You have not misheard me. Do not adjust your audio settings. For the next 14 days, if you did not see any of my posts on Twitter or the community tab, for the next 14 days, your boy is going to be streaming every single day. Every single day. Now, why is that? Well, we're going to get into that in just a second. We're going to talk about that because there's some stuff that's been going on behind the scenes, y'all. And I can't say in good consciousness that it's a good reason, because it actually isn't. But honestly, the change to content is something that I've been needing to do for a while. And once this big old fundraising 2 weeks is over, I can't say that I'm still going to be streaming every day, but we're going to be pumping out a lot of content. A lot of stuff is about to head y'all way because I feel kind of bad. You know, I got to be real with y'all. As a real ass individual, I just got to tell the truth. I've made a lot of promises on this channel. I've told y'all a lot of things were coming, and it's taking me way too long to do some of it. So for a lot of what we're going to do over these next 2 weeks is we're going to dive into a lot of the stuff that I've been wanting to do. We're going to do more cringe comic reads this week. We're going to do cringe watches. If y'all remember, a couple years ago, I did a little something called You Cringe, You Drink. Well, we actually going to be doing some of that today with some of the content that we're going to be talking about, some of the subject matter. Because, oh boy, and I got me, not on camera right now, but I got me a nice big old bottle of UV blue vodka that I'm going to be taking shots from, depending on how much cringe we getting into. But before we get into anything, y'all know what time it is. And for anyone who's new, welcome to the Nut House. It's me, it's your boy Animaine. And the first thing we do for every live stream, regardless of the occasion, regardless of whatever's going on in the background, we got to shout out the chat room. We acknowledge the chat room around here because without the chat room, we are nothing. So shout out to my man, John Douglas. Shout out to my man, Derek Johnson. Shout out to the Ethereal Dragon. Shout out to everyone's favorite problematic cactus going by Cactman in the comment section right now. Shout out to the Doigster. Shout out to Controversial Opinions. Shout out to you. Always glad to see you in here. Shout out to Bad. Shout out to none other than the one and only Joe Brito. I'm sorry, man. I haven't found a version of that opening that won't get this string copy struck. So we got to go back to me singing it for right now, but that's okay. I have a feeling that you're going to be all right with that, even with my terrible singing. Shout out to Manny Names Greetings Programs. Yes, shout out to everybody who is watching. Shout out to the Jonine Level Fox. Shout out to Ronan Ninja Star. Shout out to everybody else out there that's watching, listening, and lurking. You are seen. If nobody else sees you today, Animaine sees you. Thank you thank you for coming in and coming through to share some time with your boy. Because without the chat room, literally, what am I? I don't know. There is no answer to that question because the answer is nothing. The answer is nothing. But we're going to get into what is the meaning of all this? What is the point of all this madness that I'm going through right now? Well, it's as I was alluding to earlier here, if you were present on a couple streams ago, you may have heard me mention a pretty serious event that's going through my life right now. If you're following me on Patreon, if you're a member of my Patreon, then you may have heard this as well. But matter of fact, let's cut the music here because we get into some things. Thank you T-Pain. Shout out to T-Pain too for making the Pizzle Pack. That's what that track is from. He just made a shit ton of instrumentals for streamers and content creators to use. That's free of charge. Won't get you copyright struck or nothing like that. But anyway, why am I doing this? Okay, why do I have Broke Negro Struggle Fund at the bottom of the screen right now? Well, I'm in a bind, y'all. I can't even lie to y'all. I am in a bind. I've recently been, I don't want to say victim. I hate calling myself a victim, but I guess that's the best phrase to use for that. I've been the victim of some betrayal at the hands of a family member who was very close to me, someone who has been there for me all my life, somebody who has never given me any reason to have anything in him other than trust. And I trusted him with a very large sum of money for a business venture, and he proceeded to take it, and I have not heard from him in a good while. And I have good reason to believe that he is fine and well and just has chosen not to talk to me and just has my money. How much exactly? I can't say. And I don't want to get into too many other details more other than what I've already laid out for legal reasons. But let's just say it's a lot. It's enough to where not having it has caused me to be in a seriously precarious financial situation. Several bills and things that are due are past due, including the mortgage. Having a very transparent moment here. It's a great way to start things off, but I just want to be real. I never want to lie to y'all. That's one thing I never ever want to do is just come up here and lie. And that's not because I'm not working. I actually am working more and harder than I've ever worked in my life. I'm just not currently making enough money to keep up with everything. And while I continue to look for more work, I thought that, hey, a couple years ago when I was having those troubles with the roof at the other house, or with the other house rather, you guys showed up to me. You guys showed up for that, and you helped out a lot. And so I figure I'm gonna lean on that again. You guys have been a true community for me, and this is not me saying this is anybody's responsibility. No, this is my responsibility to get myself out. But if you do have anything to give, I'm doing this marathon of streaming because I don't want to just say, hey, can you give me some money? And then I don't give anything in return. So before we start getting into some of the content today, I am going to lay out a few things. First of all, you are getting the next 14 days of accessed content that you can watch and relive and interact with at any time. There's going to be games, interactive games. There's going to be guests. Tomorrow, I'm actually having a friend of the channel, Igika. She's going to be joining me. We're going to be doing a morning stream, and I'm going to be joined again by none other than Amanda Miller, aka Daywalker Comedy. She is making her triumphant return to the channel finally, and she will be back. She will be here. I got a couple more people lined up. I don't want to say too early because we're still ironing words. I promise they work. But sometimes when you're in a room that has no AC in it and you're around a shit ton of electronics, it doesn't necessarily work all the time. but I'll be elaborating more on that. But we're going to be doing, like I said, live cringe comic reads, live cringe watches. You cringe, you drink. A lot of cringe is going on. In fact, I got so much cringe planned for y'all. I had to name this whole event cringe. You are now witnessing the beginning of the extreme aganza. Now tell me that ain't some top tier cringe. Y'all got to give it up to your boy. Y'all better shill my cringe, because I'm giving y'all this cringe for free. Damn it. But in addition to getting all types of content, all types of new segments, new games, new guests, all types of that, we're also going to be doing some gaming days. There are going to be some more chill days where we game together. There's going to be some movie nights where we're going to be jumping into Discord together, and we're just going to be watching. It's not just going to be all cringe. It's going to be some good stuff lined up. So definitely make sure that you are keeping it locked right here for all the information as that drops. I'm going to be dropping a comprehensive weekly schedule that lays things out a bit more in depth. But there's also more direct ways that you can donate if you have it in you to give. A big way right now, in fact, I see some pouring in right now that I got to give big thanks for. I'm going to get to y'all in a second, but I do have to stress here, and this is something that I should have led with before the donos started coming in, but you know what? It's all good. It's all good, because in the Negro Fund, there are several ways to donate, and as I see here, I got some super chats coming in, and super chat is not the only way. Super chat is but one way. There are ways that are completely outside of YouTube, including Streamlabs, Cashapp, both of which are linked in the description. And if you donate that to me, I get that money directly, so it doesn't get tied up in YouTube's bull crap, and I have to wait for a payout to come. So for the future, this is my fault. I definitely should have led with this, but I'm trying to raise this $5,000. That is not an exaggeration. And if I can make close to that, or even half of that over the next 2 weeks, I will be good. I will be okay. I will be able to sustain myself. But yes, definitely. And then pinned at the top of the chat room right here is the Streamlabs. Sending it to me that way, I get it right away. And Cash App as well, which is linked in the description. You Cash App me, I'll send it right away. And if you Cash App it, you have the option of typing in a custom message. If you want me to read something, just let me know what your screen name is. That way I'm not like, I don't want to dox nobody or anything. So let me know what your screen name is. I will read the message and it'll be all great, all good. But before we even go any further, first of all, I got to point out this here. Oh, and I see my boy Tyler. Tyler is actually I'm getting his ass on the show one of these days, but we got some super chats to read, so let's not even waste no time. And and I see Arno here is talking about Bond to the Blade Omnibus. Sir, there needs to be comics out for that verse. We can get to it. But we got the one and only Tyler from Draw and Talk coming through with the $50 dono. Hail Animaine, hail the chat. Thanks for being a great part of the community. We need more people like you. Thank you, man. Thank you, man, for the donation. And thank you for those kind words, man. It's moments like these that truly make me feel valued around here, which isn't easy, and it's nothing light at all. Like, I don't want to make this too sappy, but I've lived a big part of my life and just basically felt worthless. So doing these streams helps to prove against that. We got a $10 dono from the Cact Man himself, Justice for Maine. Let me throw hands with that punk, man. That is unforgivable. Agreed. I will just say agreed, but I appreciate it. And we got Binoc9 with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Feminist Frequency is proof that wokeness never prospers. Too many dummies don't think of entertainment and push politics in their projects, and that's why they're losing all their money. 1000% can't agree more. And Tyler is asking me to drop that PayPal link. Well, let me go ahead and pull up said PayPal link, and we're gonna get ready to get to start churning stuff out, man. Now I can't give y'all a time for how long I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna be 8,000% real with y'all. I'm in this hot ass room. I'm in this hot ass house. There's no AC. And I'm around all these electronics. So usually, because as y'all know, I spend at least 5 hours a day sucking dick. And then 10 more hours munching carpet. So all that time is why sometimes I run out of like I'll start choking and coughing and stuff on the mic. Because my at least half my day is spent with my face between somebody's legs. Okay. But we gonna make it work anyway. If I get dry mouth, hey, I got liquor. I'll counteract dry mouth with liquor. That's how that works, right? That is definitely how that works. Kicking in already. Well, let me go ahead and stop bullshitting because I needs to make sure I'm getting through this. I'm not capping out. I'm not crapping out. If I got to take 59 water breaks, that'll just be what we do. I'll bring back the dancing cats. Shout out to Igika, by the way, for drawing those for me, for drawing and animating those. Like, she is the absolute truth for doing that. But if I got to bring up the dancing cats and take a little water break, that'll be what it do. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and pull them up for just a hot second. Y'all keep yourselves occupied for just a quick second, because I'm not crapping out on y'all. I've been only doing this for a half hour. I'm going at least for another hour and a half because we are streaming. It is the Extremaganza. We will be right back. Give me just a minute. Let me go lubricate my throat so I can get up here and scream. Be right back. I live in sus Doikster. That's one thing you know about me. I live in sus. I live to suss out the sussiness and then get to sussing some more. By the way, Tyler asked for my PayPal link. It is below. It is down there. And also, shout out to y'all. But yes, I just got back. My throat is properly lubricated. So let's go ahead and slide on into what is the first on today's agenda, because I got a lot planned today. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to slide into some nerd news, some actual nerd news. Not just fake ass nerd news, but real ass nerd news. At least it is, from my opinion, because no need to bury the lead. We all know what time it is. Your girl Anita. Anita, and no, I don't mean Baker. Oh, I wish if only it could be Anita Baker here, because Anita Baker is actually dope. But nope, we're talking about your girl Anita Sarkeesian of Feminist Frequency. After all this time, after all these years, she's calling it quits, y'all. You've been seeing people talk about it. You've been seeing people make videos about it. But I have to weigh in on it myself in a way that only Animaine can. As someone who was not only alive and active on the internet, but was actually well acquainted, you could say, with Anita's work at a certain point. When Feminist Frequency started coming out with all the videos and all the tropes versus video and gaming, I was a completely different person in terms of my political leaning. Okay. Right now, you could call me more center left, classical liberal. But at that point, I was full blown progressive. And I would have been, or at least should have been, agreeing a lot more with the type of stuff she was saying. But even then, even when I was progressive, even when I was having my borderline SJW phase, by the way, y'all, there was some experiences I had in them times, boy. I might dedicate some time one of these days to talking about that. Because that was some shit. Like, one of the reasons I'm so hard on the far left now is because I used to be one of them, or at least was much closer to them. I was never like pro cancel cult. Well, I was never pro destroy someone's life. Let's put it like that. But I had several different opinions and worldviews than I have now. But anyway, she's been doing that whole thing. She was doing that for a while. And the story of Anita Sarkeesian is one that I feel like needs no introduction. She is the truest definition of a grifter. The truest definition of a grifter. How much of a grifter is she? Well, when her little tropes versus women in video game series began to tank and tank harder, and then Tank Hard 3 the Tankening and all that shit was happening, she decided to switch gears and said, oh, we're gonna matter of fact, some of these videos, let me see if she didn't private or delete them, but she said, okay, well, we're gonna switch gears now. We're gonna start making a series about women in history, and we're gonna fundraise for that, and we need all this money for it. And she got a shit ton of money. I think this is it. This might be it. People gave her an ass load of money to make these videos, and then she turned around and made 5 of them. Made 5 of them. And I mean, see how long they are. These 16 seconds long, 31 seconds long. So she needed money to come turn around and make these videos. And they gave her, I want to say, don't quote me on this, but I want to say they gave her somewhere in the range of $100,000 just for her to come make some shorts before shorts were out. And that, oh goodness gracious, and all the dropped promises and all the things she's gonna be doing and saying and all that, and it went nowhere. And she's cropped up, whenever she feels that the world is approaching actual genuine equality again. She has to come and remind us, don't you be trying to level the playing field. We need to be putting them women up there. We need to destroy everything that could ever be seen as attractive or palatable to a man or the male gaze, right? Because remember, when was one of the last times we heard from her? She was complaining about boob armor in The Mandalorian. Boob armor because Bo-Katan and her 2 other Mandalorian compatriots, one of whom was a woman, you could see a little ridge in their armor where the breasts went. It won't even like pure boob armor. It was not true boob armor. Y'all remember that? Like, matter of fact, fuck it. I'm sitting here saying y'all remember, like I'm not at a whole ass computer. Hold up. Bo-Katan Mandalorian. I can spell, y'all, I promise. But I want to see this. I want y'all to see there's something here. I got it pulled up here. Give me a second. All right, here we go. Here she comes to wreck the day. She was a grifter, the actual definition of a grifter. Don't worry about disappearing, JoJo. I also disappeared because I had to lubricate my throat from doing too much sucking and licking today. But anyway, let me get y'all opinion, y'all in the chat room right now. We're going to do a real deal Holyfield experimentation right now. I want to see, because maybe I'm wrong, okay? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm too toxically male to truly understand what she was talking about. But this is the evil boob armor that got Anita Sarkeesian to come out of her hole and start screeching again. Now, how sexist is this, guys? I mean, look at this. How dare it exist? How dare she have armor that signifies that she's a woman? How dare she? I mean, look at all this cleavage. Like it's practically all tit. It's all tit, no tat. Like, ugh, ew, like, disgusting. Yes, hero Darky Dark. It's the boob armor. It's the boob armor. It's always the boob armor every day. The boob armor. I feel like Anita just wakes up and sees boob armor and she cringes inside out. But she's calling it quits. Now, she's done an hour-long video on this shit. I am not going to torture y'all with a whole hour of listening to Arnita. I'm not going to make y'all listen to a whole hour of Arnita Sarkeesian. But we're going to see how much I can get through because my camera's not hooked up. But I'm sitting here with this nice big old bottle of UV blue raspberry-flavored vodka. Here, shaking around there. And the rules that applied when I did the last You Cringe You Drink apply now. When I watched everything's going to be all white. Every time I hear something that genuinely makes me cringe, I have not listened to this prior, so I don't even know what's going to be said. But every time I hear something that make me cringe, I have to take a shot. Now, before we start that, let's peek into the chat room and see what y'all Negroes and Negresses are in here talking about. Because it's freaking ridiculous. Oh, but before we move on, shout out to my man John Douglas, who has been a member of the channel for 5 months. Guess who got monetized? Y'all give me money. And here I am with no... Hold on, I need to look through my library real quick because I need to see if I got something I can play as fucking celebration. This don't really count, but it's the hypest thing I got right now. So right now, John Douglas, who just got monetized, this one's for you. As soon as it'll play.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey, no mistakey, here's the dawn. Time has come to rise and meet the day.
Hey, wake up.
Okay, but why though?
Wake up. It's time to wake up.
What?
Wake up.
Go to hell.
Wake up.
Didn't I tell you to suck it?
Hey, wakey, eggs and bakey. It's time to get out of bed, get your ass out, and let's go!
And I don't hear any gawk, gawk, gawk.
Shout out to you, good sir. Congratulations. You're the shit. You're the urine. Stay problematic, just like Arno told you to. But yeah, shout out to you for being for getting that monetization, man. Huge hill that you just crossed, man. Keep growing and keep doing the damn thing. Let's see what the rest of y'all are talking about. We got my sketchbook 340 says, isn't it funny that these woke-led groups always ask for money and never deliver up to what was raised or get caught misspelling their funds? Yeah, looking at you BLM. How them quote unquote content creation mansions treating y'all today? Manny Name says she was practically ground zero for where society is right now. Yeah. And man, let me tell you something. Being there to watch all this shit go down is just insane. To think that there once was a time where the type of stuff that Anita Sarkeesian was saying had so much influence and sway over culture. Like this is a lot of y'all, and I know some of my audience members are a little younger, so I don't know if you may have been even old enough to know what was going on the internet back then, or maybe you were, because I mean, kids are usually born with a much better grasp of like current technology than the previous generation. Excuse me. But I remember before everything was anti-woke versus woke. I remember before there was this culture war stuff. I remember when SJW, I actually remember when some people would unironically call themselves social justice warriors. I actually remember those times. I remember when the big fight on YouTube wasn't woke versus anti-woke. It wasn't SJW versus non-SJW. It wasn't even leftist versus right or left versus right or anything. I remember before feminist frequency and everything, I remember when the big discussion debate stuff on YouTube was like atheists and skeptics versus the religious right. That was the first like big debate culture to be going on over here. Now I'm digging deep into the YouTube lore right now. But it was a hot ass thing. It was a hot ass mess, y'all. It was a hot ass mess. Way less sexualized than any fan art I've seen of this character. 100%. 100%, 8,000%. But let's start. Let's get it popping. Let's get it started. Let's see how far we can get. Now, y'all let me know if you can't hear, you know how this goes. If you can't hear anything, let me know and I'll come in, because it is a high probability that I will boomer the stream because it's me. But let's just see what's going on. Let's just click on it. Let's see. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Oh yeah. Everybody get your emotes ready, because it's happening, y'all. This is a true feminist frequency video right now. Look at that. Like to dislike ratio out of this world. Comments turned off. That's right, because we're not dealing with you're dealing with a far leftist when the comments turned off, y'all. You know what time it is. So, but let's get started. And I got my shit right here ready to pour. And we'll see. This may be the day where I throw up on stream. This may exactly be the day, but exactly, comments turned off. But just to let everybody know, if you are just now joining us, you are in the middle of the first of several episodes of the Extremaganza, where I stream every day. I stream every single day for the next 14 days. My goal in doing that, other than giving y'all some fire ass content, is to raise some money, because your boy has fallen on extremely hard times. I'm surviving on struggle sandwiches. I'm in a hot ass little office. I'm sweating my balls literally off because a close family member grifted me. They grifted me out of a big sum of money that I was needing to survive. And while I'm looking for more work, I could really appreciate some help. If you have it to spare, you can donate to Streamlabs, which is pinned at the top of the comment section. You can send it to me through Cashapp, PayPal, also linked in the comment section. All of this stuff is linked. I appreciate anything you have to give to go a long way to get your boy all right. My big goal, I'm shooting big boy numbers, so my current big goal is 5,000. It's a long shot, I know, but we gonna get there. I got faith in my community. I got faith in my Animaniacs. We gonna make it work. And just to sweeten the pot a little bit, I'm gonna start doing benchmarks, right? So if I count what I've received so far, which let me go back and count these because I got some super chats. I got 50 from Tyler, 10 from Arno, and 10 from Binoc 9. So that is $70. Y'all, when we hit $100, every benchmark I make, it's gonna stay like that for the rest of these weeks. So once we hit $100, I'm gonna start appearing on camera. Right? I'm gonna start appearing on camera. So if we hit $100 before the end of this stream, I will give me a couple minutes. I'll mess around with this camera and I'll pop on camera and you can see me get myself drunk on camera, right? So if that's something you want to see, consider donating. Everything is linked below. I will be watching everything like a hawk to see if something's come through. If something does come through and I don't acknowledge it, shout me out, mention me in chat. I will come see it. I will come hear about it. And chew me out for being the idiot that I am. But we're going to make it work. But right now it's time. It's time, y'all. Let's go ahead and dive into this damn Anita Sarkeesian and see how long it take me to get drunk.
Welcome to Feminist Frequency Radio. I'm your host, Kat Spada, and this week I'm joined by some familiar voices, Feminist Frequency founder and executive director Anita Sarkeesian, and the director of Feminist Frequency's Games and Online Harassment Hotline, Jay Lynn. Welcome back to the show, Anita, and welcome, Jay. Maybe you've been on the show before.
I think just a couple of times. It's so exciting to be here again.
Awesome.
Hi.
Anita, hi.
What's up?
Well, we're here to have a very emotionally, exhausting conversation. I hope by the end of this, everyone is fully worn out and in tears.
Not cringing, but definitely feeling the emotional abuse, I feel like is a better term for what we're about to listen to. Let me know if y'all agree.
Just kidding. By the time this podcast is out, you may have heard the news that after 14 years, Feminist Frequency is closing down. So this is a very special episode. We're going to talk about how Anita and the team came to this decision, a little bit about what it means for different programs and for the community. And there may be some questions that listeners might still have after reading the announcement online this week. So we'll talk about.
All right, we're putting this on. We're turning the speed up. I can't listen to these people talk at this regular speed. I feel like I'm having a moment. Y'all ever be with y'all partner so long you start doing shit they do for no reason? My fiance, she listens to YouTube videos on 2x speed. Every time I call her, I just hear the fastest of words going in the background. It's just such a thing. But we're gonna try it at 1.25 speed because I can't sit here and listen to people. No.
We'll answer some questions. It's actually just going to be a fun chat because we are three people who like each other and we're talking about something that is interesting and compelling and strange, and that is the nature of this work.
Stop. I got to take a shot right now just because she lied. She says they're going to be talking about something interesting. The only thing interesting is how many lies will be told on the stream and how much cringe will be induced. But here we go, our first shot of the day. And don't worry, y'all, I'm drinking enough water to fucking drown a goddamn whale. And I ate before this, so it's not like I'm being completely irresponsible, only partially irresponsible. But here we go, our first shot on You Cringe, You Drink. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, I can feel it flowing through my veins. I can feel the alcohol flowing through my veins. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Anita,
Kat,
can I congratulate you on this decision?
yes, thank you.
Can we start there? I feel like this took a lot. This whole thing took a lot, but really just coming to this decision, saying it's time. I think a lot.
Hasn't it been time? Wasn't the time to stop when they started? I feel like that's not an inaccurate statement, right? I feel like that, just let me know I'm on point with that. But the time to stop was when they started. It's like that meme that says the perfect time to not send this tweet was right before you sent it. This never should have been a thing, or at the very least within the first week, right? Within the first flunking week, someone should have went to her and said, Anita, I don't think we should keep doing this, man. I know you've been riding this for a while, but go ahead and pull this plug early, pimpin'. I don't think it's too early for that. Let's go ahead and get out of here early, bro. No reason to put people through this, man. I am not dying from liver failure, Doikster. Okay, my liver is strong. Okay, I got that good Southern country liver. Okay, I'm gonna be all right. Might throw up a little bit, but the things I do for love and views.
lot of people would be afraid to do that.
Yeah, I think so too. It's interesting. We've been like prepping for months. We made this decision a few months back, and we've been prepping and talking to community partners, and everyone is kind of like, do I say I'm sorry or congratulations? Like they don't really know how to react to this news. And it is, it's a good thing for me personally.
Yeah.
So I will take the congratulations. This is a big deal. It's so interesting because I'm not really sure how people are going to react. I have a kind of an inkling based on just the dozen or so people who know already. But we've been doing this for 14 years. It'll be like 15 years by the time it's actually buttoned up and done. And I feel like most people have jobs for 2 to 5 years or something. And so I was a little bit like, yeah, this is okay.
Yeah.
It's okay that I do something else now. But it's hard when your identity, like my identity and like how I'm known is attached to this. Like this was my organization.
Imagine having your identity tied to this much cringe. Like at least my cringe is self-aware cringe. At least my cringe is for entertainment purposes. I come up here and I'm cringe because I like making y'all laugh. I like giving y'all a good time. I'm like Tyler be talking about. I like having a silly goose time, right? I don't come up here and start morally grandstanding, telling people they're evil, filthy, that's a good one. But telling people they're evil people because they like titties or because they like women who fucking cry, or how dare you like Samus. Samus isn't a feminist like women empowerment character because you can do the cheat code or beat the game under these conditions and you can see her pixelated titties in a bikini. How dare you? I'm not doing that shit.
I mean, obviously run with an enormous amount of help, but it is very tied to me as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a little bit tired, It's just, I've been tired for a long time and I haven't been willing to admit it, or be willing to kind of let this go. And I think unfortunately it is happening because I overdid it,
Right.
I pushed myself a little too far. And
A little, give me the bottle. Give it. Oh, give me a little too far. Bitch, you stole people money. You stole money. You are, as someone said in the chat earlier, you are ground zero for the woke mind virus, okay? There is so much bullshit that became prominent online because of feminist frequency. And I've seen other creators who I respect, whose content I like, come up here and do shit with her. And I'm like, no, why, honey, baby, child, what is you doing? This woman don't. I feel like Splinter in TMNT, in the '89 movie when they were breaking the kids out of the Foot Clan, and he turned them and told them the truth about Shredder. He said he was like, he cares nothing for you or the people you hurt. That's Anita Sarkeesian. All the people who listened to her and followed her all these years, she cares nothing for you or the people she hurt or the culture that she's helped to denigrate to its current state. Cringe, drink. I'm tapping into my Dave Chappelle. Drink, bitch. Feminist frequency. It'll get you drunk.
At such an extreme level of burnout with this particular type of work. And I just kind of need to step back from it.
You just touched on so many things that we're going to have to come back to because each of them requires a little more of a conversation. But one thing that strikes me is you saying like, oh, people have jobs for 2 to 5 years. This is like a decade and a half that has also come with so much change. Like it maybe was something for a couple of years and then it turned into something else for a couple of years and it grew and it grew and it grew. And we're not here to do the history lesson on feminist frequency. People will be able to get their hands on the annual report.
Yes. Classic leftist move. It's not my job to educate you. I'm not going to give you the history of feminist frequency. Oh, is that because it'd be a bunch of fucking bullshit? Is that because it would just be here, y'all? It would just be y'all here listing fail after fail after fail after L after L after L. Like y'all just see me look at them videos. She was like, I need all y'all money to go make some 30-second tidbits about historical figures. Next, she's gonna end up coming up here. I can't wait for her to tell us she's partnering with BLM to do the BLM relapse tour. I can't wait. It's coming. Because all oppression is tied together. All oppression is tied together. It's all tied together.
next year, which I think will have a little bit more of a look back. But can you talk a little bit about that, about the kind of reaction, like responsive way that you've acted over the last 14 years with this? Like, it wasn't just like, I'm setting out to do X and I did X for 14 years. It was nothing like that.
Yeah, nothing like that. Yeah, it's interesting because you're right. Like, it has been a lot of different things, which is kind of why I think I was able to continue doing it, because, we would adjust with the times to some degree. When I first started, I just made videos and that was just a thing. And some people watched them occasionally. And then it kind of.
Oh, you mean like how when you lied? Yeah, because that's another thing, y'all. See, this is a talking point that doesn't get brought up much these days because there's no need to, because her reputation is literally in hell at this point, far away from the Lord. But there once was a time where one of the biggest ways to take shots at Anita was just to point out how she's lying. In her Tropes versus Women in Video Games series, she would often talk about how much of a gamer she is and how she loves video games all her life, not noticing that there was actually an older clip of her, I think either giving a college presentation or she was at some speaking event, and she actually admitted that she's not a gamer. She said she's actually not a lifelong gamer. She's not a gamer by trade or nature, and this is a space that's very new to her outside of a handful of things. Like, she actually admitted that this is not her wheelhouse. So when she came in these Tropes versus Women in Video Games, and when she was the BuzzFeed darling and everything, and she would talk about how much she loves games and she's been gaming all her life, you ain't been gaming since nothing. Only reason you know half these names is because you can milk them and talk about how evil they are and how terrible they are and how they're actually not great examples of equality and female empowerment and just cool, dope ass characters in general. Don't be out here liking Samus. Don't be out here liking no Chun-Li or no Lara Croft or none of them, because they're actually terrible. Don't you be liking no Princess Peach. You gotta like my video game character that I made, whose face you can't even see and has no discernible gender. Yeah, look that up when you got some time. That was her example of a great video game character. It was a character who basically just looks like a little blob of pixels, who has no discernible traits at all, and you can't even tell that she's a woman. It's beautiful.
People forget or don't know that feminist frequency existed before the Tropes in the video game series. So I was doing this for a while before that even started. And then when the Tropes Kickstarter got the attention that it got, it also came with being an activist around online harassment and abuse. So it became two jobs. It became 200 jobs, really, but it really became like, I'm doing media criticism. I'm talking about what.
Stop. That's a technical foul. Got to take another drink for that. As a full-time, or at least most-time content creator, no, fuck it. I'm a full-time content creator. I create my content and I create content for other people. And if you are a content creator and you need some video editing, some social media management, some SEO work, some optimization to get your tags and everything right, if you need content cut from old content, repurposed content, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up in the DMs, send me an email at animainesparks.com or animainesparks@gmail.com. Let's talk. And let's level your shit up, because I actually do this shit. What you talking about? You wear all them jobs. No, let me tell you something. I actually do this shit. And it is a lot of work, right? It is a lot of work. It's a lot of work because I actually give a fuck about what I'm saying and the people that I'm saying it to. So when I wear all my hats, when I wear my script writer hat, when I wear my videographer hat, my video editing and an audio engineer hat, my social media management hat, when I wear all these hats, them shits get heavy. And that's how it's supposed to be when you actually doing your job. But you didn't have to do any of that. All you got to do, you got paid money to sit in front of a green screen and talk about how all video game female characters are actually trash and cry about butt physics and fucking Catwoman on the Arkham games. Oh, Jesus. Right. I had to take a shot off that just because I know the cap is real. I know the lies are fuming right now. Let's keep going, y'all.
is in the games and how that impacts us and how we can make games be better for larger and different audiences. And also talking about how do we make the internet a safer place for folks? How do we support people who are being attacked? And those are like two very intense jobs on their own,
Yeah.
you know, like, so trying to juggle both of those constantly was a challenge. And so we did that. And then at some point I was like, well, we've already like the landscape changed so significantly from when I first started doing this. So people were not really doing educational videos online. Like there was definitely like a crew of people, but there weren't a lot. And there weren't people doing like hours long videos about like cultural analysis. And so at some point I was like, you know, the landscape has changed. People doing web video commentary, sort of left tube, bread tube, as people call it, like became a thing when it wasn't before. And I was like, well, I don't need to keep doing this because there are younger, more excited people with different analysis and like younger, fresher analysis that can come in and do some.
All right, y'all. We're gonna listen to a little bit more, but I feel like they just gonna keep talking in circles. They're just gonna keep talking in circles. I might jump around a little bit and see if we can find some true premium cringe. But I got to shout out my man Jared Bricky. He just sent me $50. He sent me, and I know he don't mind me shouting him out by name. He just sent me 50 on the Cash App. I got the email. Thank you, good sir. So before we were at $70. So now that puts us at $120. That is our current thing. So out of our goal of trying to hit $5,000, we are currently at one. How much did I say before? 120. 120. That means, so I'm gonna finish this up here, and then I'm gonna go trying to get in some type of condition to get on camera, because like the Joker from The Dark Knight, I'm a man of my word. And y'all gonna see the struggle session that is my office right now, because it really is a shit show in here, y'all. But it don't matter, because I got to show out for my people. We gonna get it popping. We gonna get it rolling. Thank you so much, good sir. You are the absolute shit and the urine. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's see. No, we got to skip around some, and then we gonna probably bring this shit to an end, because I don't want to be down all day, y'all. We've been streaming for just over an hour, but we ain't nowhere near done. We're gonna keep it rolling, but let's see how much cringe can we find. Let's go a big jump forward. It don't matter that we're going forward, honestly, because we're not missing anything. We already know that. So let's just see what they're talking about. If we can find some premium cringe.
You feel so strongly about what you're working on. And so this is not even remotely unique to me by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's something that we deal with in this space a lot. And so, you know, when the harassment hit, I had a choice about whether I was going to engage with it or not engage with it. But like, let's be honest, it didn't feel like a choice.
Right.
It felt like I need to do this. I understand the space. I'm good at talking, and I know how to talk about these issues in ways that I think a lot of other folks just don't understand.
Stop. The cringe is too much. Oh yeah, I don't know how much more of this I can listen to. I'm gonna be stopping every second. She said I'm good at talking. How many lies? I told y'all this was gonna be nothing but lies. Nothing but lies, y'all. That's what we're dealing with today. Woo! Donate, y'all. Donate to your boy. Because I'm about to be in here giving myself damn near liver failure. Also, do my eyes deceive me, or do we only have 10 likes? Matter of fact, do y'all want me? I'm gonna pause the video. I'm gonna pause this shit right now. I'm gonna take a little water break, and then I'm gonna hook up my shit, and I'm gonna get up here, and I'm gonna be sweating like a pig for y'all. But I want y'all to do something. Y'all been showing up and showing out right now. Let's get them likes up. Let's bump them likes up. Show your support for fem frequencies falling down by getting them likes up. Let's get them likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. It's Animaine. We're doing it live. The Extremaganza is underway. I'll be right back. Visually. I'm back. Greetings, internet. Yes, this is your Negro. I have returned. I have returned with face. I have returned with face. Here I am. Here I be. Now you can see with your own eyes what my eyes look like. So a lot of y'all, this is your first time seeing me. If you haven't, hold on, I gotta adjust it so that Corey's in the shot. There we go. Shout out to Starfire. But yeah, I like I said, I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of my word. Yeah, I gotta reduce the mic so that y'all can see Catherine in all her glory. And if you want your own Catherine Scarlet shirt right now, then you can head to the description and you can get your own at my clothing store, because I sell clothes too. I got so many ways to help me not be broke, y'all. I got so many ways. You can head to the description right now. Use code WEBACK, as WEBACK, and get you some merch for cheap. But let's go back. Let's get back into it. How's everybody feeling out there right now? Let's check in with the chat room. Yeah, I told you. I said slave. I was not lying. Like I didn't shave. I didn't cut my hair. Like I usually rock it low cut bald, right? But nah, I am a man of my word, and y'all hold me to this now. Every day I come on stream, I have to get on camera because y'all hit the $100 mark. Shout out to y'all. For those of y'all who are just joining me, you are stepping into the middle of what I'm calling the extremaganza. I should get more donations just for being willing to be that cringe and own that shit. All right, being cringe is all right if you own the fact that you're cringe. Like I feel like that's just a thing. But we're doing this because I'm in the middle of a really hard situation right now, and I could really use some financial help. I'm asking if you have it in you to give. If you have $5 to donate, $10, hit me up on Streamlabs, which is pinned at the top of the comment section, the top of the chat room. Hit me up on, you can send me to my PayPal or my Cashapp, which are linked in the description. You can do a super chat, but super chats are going to get caught up in the whole YouTube rigmarole. So I'm trying to accumulate enough to be all right within this 2 weeks. And so it'll be a little kind of weird to do it, but I appreciate however you have it to give, And last but certainly not least, if you're a content creator and you need help with editing or social media management, promotion, anything like that, I do all that. I know I got a lot of writers in the chat room. I got a lot of writers in my audience. If you need help with that, if you need help with developing your story, if you need an editor, I got you. All right. I write my own comic books. I've been writing my own shit for 2 years now. I've written comic books for other people. I have my own comic books, which are linked in the description. Bond of the Blade and the Spider Circle. You can go read them and check it out for yourself. Let me know what you think if you do that. But we're going to get back into this cringe. Oh, and now y'all can see I wasn't fucking lying. Okay. I got the UV blue on deck. All right. We drinking out here. We drinking. It's vodka. My sketchbook says that you and Eric July should do a Bowfinger spoof skit. Look, if Eric July did anything with me, that'd be the shit and the urine. Like that, man. Matter of fact, we're gonna get ready to transition into talking about the man, the myth, the legend himself, and the absolute 1000% W's that has been the Rippaverse up to this point. Don't worry, we're not going to be spoiling ISOM 2. I know a lot of people still waiting for their issues to come. Those of y'all who are into it and who've ordered it. So we're not going to get into spoiler territory yet. I might give some general thoughts, but that'll be it. But yeah, and yes, my hair has grown. It's what it usually is I make sure I shave and look like a human being before I get on camera. And today, since I've been running around and shit, I didn't really do that. So you just get, freshly escaped Frederick Douglass, and it just is what it is. But let's see how much more we can get through of this damn feminist frequency here. We're not going to listen to too much more of that because I feel like we got the general gist. The gist is exactly how we expected. It's 1000% trash. The video is being voted to hell, as it should be, as you would expect. Where's my shot glass, by the way? I gotta have that on deck. There you go. All right, let's do it. See, now, Tyler, if you're still watching this is what you're going to be dealing with whenever you get on the stream. Tyler, Nick, Iggy, Amanda, everybody who's coming on the stream, you're going to have to be dealing with my sweaty ass on camera because my audience is goated and got me over $100 in donations. So let's get it. Let's go. Let's see. We'll do one more of these, and the next time I cringe, we'll transition into something else because we just spend enough time on this bullshit.
Understand because of my background, my educational background, and my activist background, and like it hit the games industry in a way that folks in this space are not like trained in this kind of stuff, right? And so I was like, well, I don't have a choice. I have to deal with it. Like I have to engage with this, right? And it became so important to do, and and I don't think it's not important, but I think there's a little bit of like we get real in our heads about our own martyrdom a little bit, and the cost of that and what that means and what that looks like.
Whoa, skirt. That's a technical foul. Pour yourself a shot, Jack. Martyrdom. You make cringy ass faux feminist videos that lie about culture and pop culture and nerdery and make it seem like everything is the evil men's and the evil women's who like women's and the evil people who like looking at pretty women. How dare they do all that shit? There ain't no goddamn martyrdom. You're not a martyr when you're just a victim of your own stupidity. Okay? That's not being a martyr. That's just nature working, right? But we got a lengthy message here I want to read from my boy Frost Comics, who just helped me out with a $50 dono through Cashapp, which is 1000% legit. Go ahead. You can send it to me on Cashapp, Streamlabs, PayPal. Get it however you got to give it to me. I appreciate it. But he says, I need to say this because I won't ever let Anita just cover up the deep lore. But the entire reason her Kickstarter series even raised as much money as it did was because she deliberately went into AV board on 4chan back in 2011 or whenever it was raising money, and she spammed nearly every thread with her content to the point where it pissed off every single person who was active on the board. They went to her social media and respond in kind, and that's when she soaked it all in and used their retaliation to get pity bucks and pay pigs to donate out of spite. Because a poor woman was being attacked for no reason at all. She kicked a hornet's nest and showed 1.5 of the receipts for donations. It was all a grift from the start. Y'all, what have we been saying? She been grifting since been grifting. And I need to be pouring since been pouring. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that blue. I'm blue, double D, double die, double D, double die, double D. Bottoms up. Woo! All right. So I think I've tortured y'all enough. I think it's time we slipped into something a little more fun, a little more happy. A little more something that we actually like talking about. That's enough Anita cringe. Thank you, Anita, for supplying us with so much cringe. But it's time, y'all. We got to talk about some good shit. And the good shit we got to talk about, of course, is Eric July. Someone brought him up before. But we got to talk about Eric July and the Rippaverse. Now, Rippaverse, for those of y'all who don't know, is the comic book company of one Eric July. He is a content creator here on the YouTubes. He has a new comic book called ISOM. It's been out for a year now. So on his second issue, let's go ahead and screen share, and we're going to share it without boomering it. Ayo. But this is ISOM issue 2. Issue 2 is now live. Its goal for the pre-order campaign was $350,000. So far, this is what we're looking at. Total sales are 2,100,000 $135,466. And it still has 20 days to go. So it could hit the 3.7 mark of the last campaign. Probably not. But most campaigns like this aren't nearly as successful as the first, especially to the tune of $3.7 million, man. That's an absolute, that's the shit and the urine, okay? Now, why am I talking about this? Am I doing this just because I'm an Eric July fanboy who loves sucking his dick? Not that y'all think that, but Eric July's detractors, they honestly deserve their own video because it's a clown car, y'all. It's a clown car, and it gets funnier every day. Like, every single time I see these guys show up, somebody has another video talking about how Eric July is just the worst thing in the world, how he's evil, how he's a grifter, how he's out to take his money. These type of people, this is the caliber of detractor he has. You have people who are actually trying to hold against this man for having a built-in audience and selling it to him, selling this product to them. They say that's a bad thing. These are the people who want you to be a starving artist. They're mad because he has industry level talent. They're mad because he actually says, I'm going to give the fans what they want. They're mad all day, every day.
And it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it.
1000%. Excuse me, y'all. I'm allergic to bullshit. And when I talk about them Eric July detractors, there's just nothing but bullshit abound. It's fuckery abound and it's running rampant, y'all. But the man himself is doing the damn thing. The man himself is doing the damn thing. And it's not just with ISOM. ISOM itself is doing numbers, obviously. But that's not the only thing he has going on right now. He's also getting ready to start rolling out some other books later this year, as well as next year. These characters here are the ones that's going to be featured. And we have right here his character, Yaira, who he has... And Eric just be getting just the absolute goated top tier industry level talent. We all know that Cliff Richards and Gabe El Taib, they're the ones that's doing the art for ISOM. But he has the Saska sisters, who are known for they've written for Black Widow. I believe they've written for X-Men. They're on Yaira, and he has none other than Chuck motherfucking Dixon. Chuck Dixon writing for Alpha Core. Like, where do you even go from that? What do you do with that? That is absolutely ridiculous. That is ridiculous W. Ridiculous W. JoJo's asking, how is Eric July a grifter if he's actually delivered on his comic? No, you see, JoJo, you're doing this thing. You're doing this thing here, and I can't fault you for it because you're a reasonable human being. But you're applying logic, right? You're applying logic. Okay, there is no actual reason for why these people say this stuff other than the fact that they're pissy. They're pissy mad and they're pissy broke, okay? That's just what it is. That's just all there is to it. It's like when you have like a religious fanatic or someone who's like a uber fucking political zealot for their side, right? They're extreme right or they're extreme left. I follow the Nux Taku mantra. If you're far right, you're an asshole. You're far left, you're an asshole, okay? But they're mad. They get mad first. It's all emotion and rhetoric. And then maybe they'll come up with some reason for why it is, right? And that's why I love when he does the monetize your hater streams, which, full transparency, he has always done. Because I know some people, they have the criticism of, why do you have to keep talking about the haters? Why can't you just talk about the book? Well, monetize your haters has been part of his brand for several years. And if you really thought he was going to stop making money off these idiots, especially when they start ramping up the hatred, you got another thing coming, okay? But that's how it is, right? He's delivered on his comic book. In his missteps, he's always sought to correct. You know, the biggest criticism I have about the whole thing is that the website keep crashing when he launches the campaigns, but he always does so much to make up for that. He's like, yo, we thought we had the website straight. It wasn't. We're gonna release more copies of this thing that we were going to use for another campaign or put in backstock or whatever. We're going to release it to y'all now, or we're going to give y'all free whatever. Like, he goes out of his way to make it right with people. when he does mess up, right? And at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for from a business person, is that they're transparent with you about how things are going. And when something does happen, they take full responsibility. They don't make excuses. They don't say, oh, it's this because this person didn't do this right. No, he just said, hey, we fucked up. We gonna make it up for y'all. We gonna make it up to y'all. And that's what he's done, right? And that's one of the reasons why people see him as a man of integrity and continue to fund him to now the tune of what? How much did this other campaign make? Because the first one was 3.7 million. So if the first one was 3.7 million, the current one is at 2.1 million. So he got damn near $6 million from this shit. Not he got, because obviously you got to take out, you got to factor in whatever different platforms take out. And there was that whole PayPal debacle he had with his last campaign. So it's not just like he gets all this money. He gets it. I'm sure he pockets a good amount of it, but he also is smart. So he reinvested in his business, which goes to everything from legal and finance teams to paying all this top tier talent that he has, to the fucking warehouse that some people like to say doesn't exist, or is just an empty ass warehouse, which is then he'll go and take you on drone things of the damn thing. Now, all this sounds good, right? All this sounds good. All this sounds great. Shout out to Frost Comics. It's all good. I understand you having to go into lurk mode. I mean, bro, it's the afternoon, bro. People working, people doing anything. A lot of people right now just listening, but I 1000% appreciate you coming through and you don't know. Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly, Ronan. He just be getting all the people, yo. He just snagging them up, grabbing them up out here, bro. I'm scared to see who he gonna get on these next books, man. It's fucking ridiculous. Love this comment from my sketchbook 340. How dare you make money? If you want to give away your comics, there's an app for that, but making money is okay. Jealousy is ugly, like most of them in person. Man, listen, I know I'm not the biggest looker. I mean, y'all got evidence of that right now. But I mean, goddamn, man. Like, I need some of these people. I need y'all to try. I need y'all to try to look like y'all are put together halfway decently. I need some of these people to try harder, or, well, I'm not going to say that. I was about to say something extra rude. I'm not going to do that, but it's all good. It's all good. So all this is good, right? You know, he's got the fire teams. He's got all the people writing for him. He got all the talent and everything. He got a fully animated trailer. Like, look at this. I'm going to play a little bit of this here just so y'all see. I'll play the whole. No, let's watch it on YouTube. So if you haven't seen the animated trailer, the fully animated trailer, get ready. Hero Darky Dark says right now Eric July is just playing Pokemon. He's catching all the legendaries. He ain't playing no games. Exactly. This man did not come here to play no games. He ain't just doing this for fun. He doing this for funds, right? He making money off this shit, which is what you're supposed to do. Don't ever let these fucking brainlets out here make you think that it's wrong that you're making money from your shit. And I want all of y'all that's out there, that's content creators, and either content creators or you got your own products. I want y'all to take note of this shit. Eric July is one of the people that's standing up for people who are actually creatives, because he's encouraging people to not just create and make stuff, but do so in a way that will get you profit, that will get you money, and that will get you a solid fan base, right? I'm not saying go out there and copy him. I'm saying learn from him and apply those lessons to what you're doing. I promise you there's something to be gained from that, right? Regardless of what you think about the product. But look at this. Speaking of product, what is this?
Time is a fascinating thing. We often like to think of it as something that just is. But too many people let the past determine who they are. When true greatness is determined by how one deals with the present.
I had, y'all know I had to stop it on the Sydney Blood Roof. Because, I mean, look at her. Look at her. Like, Yaira's fly, but, like, damn. Y'all know I got a thing for sexy women in wide brim hats and fucking throwing magic and shit. Like, damn.
So if I'm helping you, I have one condition.
Yeah. No more quitting.
Time is a gift, Isa. What are you gonna do with yours?
And there you go. There's the trailer. There's the fucking trailer. There's the fucking fully animated trailer for ISOM. But these people want to tell you how this is a grift and how he ain't actually delivering. Yeah, because everyone who's a grifter, they just have thousands of dollars. Because I promise you that's what he paid for this. Unless he got the hookup ridiculously, he paid over $1,000 for this fucking trailer. Because animation is not cheap. All right. And this was very well done animation. So he paid over $1,000 to get this shit made so that he can grift from y'all. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of fucking sense. Makes a lot of fucking sense. How is she in the actual comic? Sir, I thought you were going to wait until you read the book yourself. That's getting into spoiler territory. Well, I'm actually going to show off the book because I have the physical book. Obviously, I have the physical book because it's only physical. But I'm going to show that, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it. I'm only going to give general thoughts because I want to stay away from spoilers. I'm gonna be dropping an official review probably sometime either depending on how much streaming I do, either later this week or probably after the streams end and I'm go back to a somewhat more regular schedule. But I am going to do a review, and I'm going to do just like I did number one. I'm going to do a spoiler-free review for the full public, and for those of y'all who want a spoiler-filled review, I'm going to do that, but that's going to be for channel members only, right? So if you want to join the channel, that's just $2.99. You can join the channel, and you can get access to all my past live streams, everything like exclusive content that has never seen the light of day. And you can also, let me show this off too, because let me stop fucking around. You also get access to emotes. You unlocking emotes. I just showed a few in chat right now, and you get all those emotes that you can use not only in the comment section, but you can use you not only in the chat room, but you can use in the comment section of any of my videos. You can use these emotes. They are yours. Feel free to spam them as you will, just because you want to. You don't even need a reason. You don't even need to be reacting to anything specific. You can just do them just to show off, hey, I can use them, because that's your right. You know, for $2.99, you can get in on this action here. But let me go grab the physical book of ISOM, and I'll be right back. This will be the last break I take because we're going to be doing this for a little bit longer. My throat actually feels good. I don't feel like sandpaper. I don't feel like I got a cough. So I'm going to go ahead and ride this out. We're going to do this. We're not about to end, but this is the last break I'm going to take. We're just going to ride through the rest of the content for tonight, and then we're going to be going. And while before I go, I just want to remind anyone who may be coming in that we are in the middle of the first episode of the Extremaganza. What is the Extremaganza? It is me live streaming every day for the next 2 weeks. Why am I live streaming every day for the next 2 weeks? Because I have been royally butt fucked by a family member who took a lot of my money, said it was going to be, we said it was going to be for business arrangement, decided, nah, I'm going to just take it. It's gone. We're talking in excess of something that's 5 figures. I don't want to give the full amount for legal reasons, but that's out there. They took that. So now I'm in a spot where I'm behind on everything, but I don't want to just come up here and just start asking for money and not give y'all nothing. So I'm going to give y'all a bunch of fire content, right? We're going to have games. We just finished a game of You Cringe, You Drink. I made it about 5 to 6 shots in before I said, fuck it, this is bullshit. So we're going to be doing that. And tomorrow I'm going to have my friend Igika and Amanda, aka Daywalker Comedy. They're gonna be coming on. We're gonna be talking about Common America and a whole bunch of other shit. What how Daddy Elon been fucking up Twitter, aka X, and all this other shit. And we got a whole bunch of shit. So I'm gonna be here. We're gonna be like Tyler saying, we're gonna have a silly goose time. We're gonna be live and in living color. Shout out to Damon Wayans. Shout out to Jim Carrey. But we're gonna keep it rolling, man. I got a couple more things planned for y'all. But let me go grab this physical copy of ISOM. I got it downstairs because that's why I be reading it, because that's why I can read and not feel like a slave hiding from master's whip. Because y'all see what is you see what it's doing to your boy right now. Like, this is calm. This is calm. This is it not being as bad as it is. The AC is out in my house. The AC went out a couple weeks ago. I ain't got the money to get it fixed right now. If you have it in you to donate, because I am, like it says under my name, I am a broke, struggle Negro right now. If you have it in you, send it to Cashapp, linked in the description. Send it to PayPal. Send it to Streamlabs. That way I get it immediately. I don't got to wait till YouTube decides they want to send me the money. I just get it, right? That would be dope. That would be the shit in the urine. I'll be forever grateful to you all, right? And while I'm gone, I'm going to think of what the next landmark is going to be, because the reason why I'm on camera, I'm usually not on camera. I'm on camera right now because my first benchmark was once we hit $100, I'm going to be on camera, and I will continue to be on camera for the duration of the Extremaganza. What's the next one going to be? Don't know. I'm going to figure that out, but I will be right back. This is the last break we taking. Y'all sit tight. I'm going to be right back. Be right back. And we are back. We are back. Thank you for joining me. Thank y'all for sticking with me through this episode of We'll Do It Live Extremaganza edition. That's right, y'all. We are streaming every single day for the next 14 days. I'm going live every day. We're going to be talking about shit. We're going to be watching some shit. It's going to be good, y'all. It's going to be good. Let me check in with the chat room before I bring on this ISOM issue number 2. I see y'all in here talking about crackheads, a.k.a. Eric July detractors. Very appropriate. Absolutely 100% lootly. Many names here. Eric July encourages creators, comic pros, shit on creators. 100%. And unfortunately, we've seen even some of that in our own sphere of the creator community. There have been plenty of people who are also content creators and comic creators who want to shit on Eric for what he's doing, whether that's some fellow black creators who feel like he's the wrong type of black, or if it's other people who are leftists of some variety and feel like he's an evil racist, which no one has ever produced proof that he's a racist. If anyone is listening to this video and has proof that he's actually racist, please present it. I will look at it, I will examine it, but I ain't seen shit. Ain't seen shit. All right, I've been following this man since fucking 2017. I ain't never seen him make a racist statement in my life. It's not in my character to support people who I know are actively racist. So if I seen something, I would have dipped out by now. I ain't seen nothing, so I'm still here. I'm still here. Coriander's still here. We done with the bottle, so we can get him out the way right now. Well, Black Panther's still here. The Common Core is still here. You know who else is still here? Motherfucking ISOM issue 2 in this bitch. There you go. We got it in person. I dropped a little short on this, but I don't know if YouTube beats sometimes YouTube like to act like I don't post shit. But anyway, we got ISOM number 2, number dose. Only thing I know Eric hates for a fact is taxes, 8,000%. And listen, as a small-time business owner, myself, I can tell you, taxation is fucking theft. A lot of y'all know that, and y'all ain't even business owners, but taxation is fucking theft, yo. Like, if we could get rid of all the taxes, I'd support the shit out of that. But we've been talking about ISOM. We've been talking about the Rippaverse. We've been talking about Eric July's success. We've been talking about how much of a force of a lantern he's been for the indie community, how he is what many, including John Douglas and Frost Comics, coin as the Iron Age, how he is just doing the damn thing for Iron Age creators and has lit a collective fire under a lot of our asses, y'all. He doing the damn thing. But how is the book? Because at the end of the day, all this stuff we talking sounds good, right? He's inspiring people. He's sticking it to the haters. He's doing all this stuff, and 1,000% credit to him for that. But how is the product? You know, as an anarcho-capitalist, that's something that Eric would pride himself on, is how is the actual product? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'd say to give it a completely objective rating. So this is apart from me being a viewer of his or supporting his creative vision or anything like that. The book itself, I give it a B+. B+. The first issue, I'd give a C+ to a B-. This one right here, B+. I can say without getting into any spoilers. By the way, if you did order the book, you're probably gonna get this here, this free ISOM bookmark. You can see that coming in there. But I can say that several of the issues that were present in issue number 1 have been addressed. There's still room for improvement. But the plot actually feels much more like a plot. One thing I didn't really like about the first one, and I've said this on my own videos, I did a jumbo review with John, AJ, and Left Eye Ego a while ago. And one thing that didn't really sit well with me about the first plot was how and then it was. What I mean by that is, and this is something that happens with a lot of newer writers, they write the story, instead of writing it as a connected sequence of events where you can clearly see what leads to what in a way that makes sense both narratively and logically, stuff just kind of happens, right? And that's something I can say about issue number 1. ISOM 1, stuff just kind of happened. The reason why I call it and then storytelling is you read stuff and it's just like, this thing happened, and then this thing happened, and then this other thing happened. And then I was fat and had no neck, but that's beside the point. Okay, we already knew that. That ain't the point. That ain't the topic of the day. All right. It was very and then storytelling. Like, you would open up the book and they're talking about somebody returning, right? And we find out they're talking about Yaira. And then we see Avery training on his ranch. And then he gets a call from his sister Altona, say this girl Jasmine is missing. And then he goes to talk to this dude named Darren about it. And then Darren is shitting on Avery because Avery was like whack back in the day, or not whack back in the day. He whack now, right? He had everything and could have went somewhere, but he didn't achieve the level of greatness that Darren thought he could have achieved, because like basically was like the dude didn't apply himself because he was a former superhero. He dropped out for reasons that they get into in the book that I won't spoil, but you learn definitively why he hung up the tights the first time. You learn that before you even get a third of the way through the book. So if that was a point of criticism for you that you don't know why he stopped, that is addressed in this book. You will get the answer. And personally, I think it was a very good answer. But in issue 1, there would be so much and then, right? He get in a fight with Santuan, and then he fighting Yaira outside, and then the Alpha Core is there, and then they're there. Basically, it's a lot of setup, right? The whole issue 1 was a lot of setup. It was a lot of saying, we're building this universe. Here's a lot of the major players and pieces of information, right? And a lot of that was, as someone who is a weeb, obviously, I mean, you look at my fucking wall back there. That's one of my biggest characters that I've made, right? Ashira, and she's all weebed out, you know. But you had I'm used to a lot of that slow burn storytelling. So the pacing, while I can see it was an issue for some, I think it was fine for me. My biggest issue was a lot of the stuff just wasn't connected. I think he was setting up a lot of pieces. And to be completely fair, there's still some of that in this one. I feel like we're going to start getting way more payoff in the third one, because this is actually the second part of a whole story arc called the Ill-Advised arc, excuse me. And so that there's a lot of setup for the entire Rippaverse verse, right, that he has to lay out here. And look, as someone who's writing his own stories, who have big sprawling events that start very small and contained, it's a huge challenge to decide what to leave on the cutting room floor, what to save for the next issue, and what to put in the first one. Because Bond of the Blade, there were a lot of things I wanted to put in the first the mini comic, right, or the mini arc for that. But some things I chose, hey, I'm gonna just save this for the next one. And then there's some things that I was gonna save for later, but I'm actually gonna put in the actual comic itself, in the actual next issue, which I am still planning to do this year, the moment I'm not a broke little bitch, basically. But that's where it is with that, right? So what was improved in this book? I can say the art, I feel like, was improved in terms of the characters feeling more fluid. In the first one, I felt there were a couple action scenes where they felt really stiff. They felt more like people posing than like snapshots of real life happening, if that makes sense. I've heard that Cliff Richards likely or definitely used 3D models. And I feel like if that's what he's doing, then he improved on how to utilize them in this one. The effects are out of this world. The use of onomatopoeia is better. Like I said, the story flows better. One thing that's still is not hitting the way I want it to hit is the dialogue. I'll just be completely fair. Some of the dialogue is still like, okay, we're going to do the things, right? We're going to have him say the things, and it's not really sounding as natural as I'm looking for right now, right? Like, And that's why I'm not giving it an A, because there's some things that I think is just due to the way the story is being told, and that doesn't gel with some people, and that's understandable, but that's not a knock against the book. But things like the dialogue, that's directly with the book, right? So, and Eric is writing this, to my knowledge, he's the only one that's writing this, right? So if he's writing characters talking a certain way that feels unnatural, then that's just him choosing to write them like that. And if that's his stylistic choice, and I respect his choice as a creator, but for me as a consumer, it's not hitting, right? It's not a complete miss. It's not like I'm reading it and I'm like, oh, this is trash, but it's like, it's kind of, that could have been worded better. That's kind of clunky. That's kind of weird, you know? But to be completely fair, again, this is only Eric's second book. And I think for everything that it gets right, the things that still need work, it's just that it needs work. Funny enough, Literature Devil actually did a review of ISOM issue 1, and he gave a very fair, honest, balanced critique while also praising the book, which I think any creative wants, right? No one wants to just sit there. No true creator wants to just sit there and have their ass kissed, right? We want people to challenge us. We want people to point out chinks in our armor and flaws in our arguments, but we just want them to be real. We don't want people to come up and say, hey, your book sucks because you didn't tell me all the characters' power sets and move sets in the first page, so it's trash. No, that's stupid. That's called not an actual argument. But if you see something that's an actual issue and you have a good faith argument for it, I'll listen to it. Even if I don't drop everything I'm planning and do what you say I need to do, I'll listen to it and I'll consider it. That's, at the end of the day, that's all any creative wants. We want to know what people actually think about what we're doing, right? A creative who's actually business minded and cares about growing their brand and growing their everything, they're gonna seek genuine criticism, right? And I've seen people say Eric ducks from actual criticism. Well, I've read ISOM 2 and I can see direct parts of things that were wrong in issue 1 that's better in issue 2. You know, I've even seen him in real time where he would say one thing and people would be challenging him and he would be phrasing it a certain way when he's talking, and his audience would tell him, hey, hold on, man. You said you weren't going to do that. You said you weren't going to take that route. Like, he stressed real hard at one point that he wants a big part of this to be the experience, for people to read it and experience. So not just he calls it not holding our hands, right? And as someone who's been very critical of like the whole Wikipedia scholars who look up factoids about characters just to try and get a gotcha on someone in an online argument, he made a very big point to say, hey, I ain't doing none of that here. I want you guys to learn naturally. I want you guys to become acquainted with the story and fall for the characters naturally, right? So that can only happen if you're actually partaking of the content itself. And if I just regurgitate a bunch of facts to you about them every 2 seconds, that's not really getting you invested in the story, right? He's doing it a very old school way, a very genuine, sincere way, I think, right? And that's no shade to people who do more of the straight up just telling you more about everything, which he did do. I mean, if you've seen that ISOM 1 trailer, he basically tells you everything that happened in the first third of the book right there in that first ISOM trailer. Like, go back and watch it. Anyone watching this who feel like Eric just doesn't tell, we don't know anything about the character. Okay, he literally tells you so much about what happens in the plot of this book. If he told you anything else, he'd be spoiling the whole issue. Okay, so go back and actually do some homework for your fucking life. But he said that. He said he's not going to hold everybody's hand. And he started to lay everything out in a super basic way just to address these bad faith critiques. And it's one thing if someone is genuinely curious and has a question and wants things cleared up. But these people aren't coming to him in good faith. These people that's in all these little movements and shit, they ain't in no actual position to genuinely figure out what's going on in these books. They just want to have some gotcha for his ass, okay? So no, he is not obligated to sit down and give you a play-by-play of the first issue if you ain't even had the good sense to read it, right? If you're going to be like that one guy he had on Monetize Your Haters who showed a doctored page that had fake dialogue on it, where someone went over, put their own little word balloons in there, and wrote all this weird shit to make the dialogue sound worse than it was. Right? When you're dealing with that level of detractors, you don't owe them a goddamn thing but a fuck you and a Sprite. That's all you owe these fuckers, man. So I'm glad he holds himself to a high standard, and when he steps off base, his audience is there to tell him, hey, bro, remember what you told us? And he like, y'all right. I'm doing too much for these assholes. I'm doing too much for them. Fuck it. I ain't holding hands no more. And that's good. That's something I give him credit for, straight up. So I saw him issue 2. I give it a solid B+. How was Sydney Bloodroof? I got to tell y'all, your girl is the truth. She showed up in a way that I wasn't necessarily expecting, but also made so much sense. Her powers are they make sense based on what her name is, but they're also crazy. And you can tell there's so much more to her. I think she's going to end up being a major player in this universe. Okay, she's not just here just for this issue. I think she's at least going to be, a strong supporting character in this universe. And based on what's going on in this issue, yeah, she's going to be a core player. So get ready for more of Sydney Bloodroof. Don't be surprised if she end up getting her own book out here, because there's a lot that she does that she hints at and that she says, but we don't get to see, which is beautiful, right? Like, give us that good shit, man. Give us that good shit that we love, man. Give us them characters that got all the fucking drip and all the coolness and powers, but don't just regurgitate everything. Don't show us everything immediately. Let us want more. Let us be hungry for fucking more, man. That's how you do storytelling, right? With the critiques, with everything. I think this is solid. I think this series is solid so far. I can't wait for next year for us to see the conclusion of the ill-advised arc. If you ain't heard it from nowhere else, you done heard it from your boy Animaine over here at the Extremaganza. Give me my points. Run me my points for being intentionally cringe, yo. No, you are not going to find nobody on YouTube that's as intentionally cringe as I am, right? I own that shit. I tell dad jokes. I'm intentionally cringe. Run me my likes, man. Run me my likes. What them likes looking like on the video right now? We up to 19 likes. We got almost 2 times as many likes as we had when I first looked at it, man. That's what's up. See, that's why I fuck with my audience, man. Y'all are the truth. Y'all are the shit and the urine. Y'all the shit in the urine. And y'all can be really the shit in the urine. Y'all can show me a little more financial help. I'm not saying you have to. But if you have it to give, your boy would appreciate it, because you see the number at the bottom of the screen, okay? I'm trying to hit 5K by 2 weeks, because your boy is struggling. You see I'm in this bitch sweating like a stuck pig. That's because it's fucking 90 degrees in this house. I got fucking 2 computers sitting next to me and a microphone and a monitor. I'm sweating. I'm hot. The AC out. I'm behind on everything. But you know what that means when it comes to me giving y'all content? Absolutely motherfucking nothing. Because I'm here for my audience, y'all. I'm here for my audience. I'm here for my Animaniacs. I'm here for my people. And before we wrap it up, we got one more thing. There's one more thing I want to do for y'all, man. There's one more thing, y'all. Y'all been rocking with me so far. Y'all been riding with me the long way. We're at 2 hours and 4 minutes. I fucks with y'all the long way. And be sure, if you enjoyed this stream, be sure you show up tomorrow morning. We're doing it at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to be joined by Igika, and I'm going to be joined by Amanda C. Miller. Y'all may know her as the voice of Sailor Jupiter. You may also know her as the voice of Boruto, or you may know her from her YouTube channel, Day Walker Comedy, where she be killing it on the comedy sketches, man. She be killing it on these comedy sketches. She does a weekly live stream with her boy Epic Mike. They be in there talking all types of crazy shit. I actually do a little editing for them. Which if you want some editing done for you, hit me up on Twitter, shoot me a direct message, or shoot me a email at animainesparkster@gmail.com. Linked in the description, linked on the homepage of my YouTube account. But we got something else that we're going to do for y'all today. There's one more thing. It's a brand new segment I broke out just for y'all. It's one of several things I made just for y'all. So what is it? Good question. ladies, gentlemen, gentlemen, cacti, I present to you, for your viewing pleasure and confusion, this. It's time, niggas. It's time for a brand new segment. It's time for Daily Randomonium. Now, what is Daily Randomonium? It's when I show y'all some weird shit. I just love showing people weird shit because if you didn't know, if you couldn't figure it out over the past 2 hours, I'm a weird motherfucker, okay? I'm a weird ass dude. I'm a weird ass nigga. Is what I do. I own that shit just like I own being intentionally cringe, okay? And sometimes I see some shit. It's like sometimes I be up. Look, y'all know I was sick. I've been sick a couple times for the past couple weeks with stomach issues that some of y'all know about the bubble guts. Well, I had trouble guts, y'all. I had trouble guts so bad I didn't sleep for like 2 days, right? It was a mess in here, right? And during one of those bouts of me not being able to sleep, I came across something that was truly Cornelian, I thought I showed you that. Well, there you go. But I gotta show y'all a little bit something. What do y'all know? But without me even saying nothing else about it, what do y'all know about? How many of y'all know about Skibbity Toilet? Right now in the chat room, chime in right now. I want to see it. How many of y'all know about Skibbity Toilet? Before I even show it, I want to see if y'all are up on this, or if I'm gonna be truly turning y'all on to some madness, right? But I was up one night, couldn't fucking sleep, couldn't nap. It's hot in this house. I can't stop shitting. My life is in shambles. I need something to help me operate. And I was watching Turkey Tom. I fell into a Turkey Tom rabbit hole. And Turkey Tom started talking about Skibbity Toilet. He kept saying something in his fucking videos. He said the cancer of Skibbity Toilet. I'm like, the fuck is a Skibbity Toilet? Like, what the fuck even is that, right? Turns out he had actually done a video on what Skibbity Toilet was. I'm like, okay, yeah. Cancer, yes. Where can I get more? Yeah, give it. So then I had to go and see it myself. So that's what we're gonna look at today. We're gonna look at some videos. What is Skibbity Toilet? Because you obviously can't tell just by me saying it. And if you don't, it seems like in the chat, no one really knows what this is. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm stupid. Don't mind me. Don't mind me at all. What is Skibbity Toilet? We about to find out right now. We're about to find out right now on the first edition of Daily Randomonium. Because when I tell y'all this is some of the weirdest shit, it is truly in the realm of like the greatest YouTube poop. It is borderline dark web in the way a lot of it looks. But the more you watch it, and you don't want to admit it, but you find yourself getting sucked in. It seems like the most random shit. But then you watch it and you're like, is there actually a story to this shit? Am I actually caring about this shit? This fucking toilets with dudes in it? But what is it? Well, let's watch a couple right now. Let's see if we can see what's going on. And if you are just tuning in, you are we're approaching the end. This is going to be our last segment for the day, but you are tuning in to episode 1 of the Extremaganza, where I streamed for 14 days straight. All my friends I told I was doing this, that includes content creator friends and non-content creator friends, said, Animaine, what the fuck are you doing? How the fuck you going to stream for 14 days straight? I said, I got to because I'm broke. But also, I fuck with my audience. I owe them a lot of content. I have not been delivering this year, though there were valid real life reasons for why. It don't change the fact that I ain't been doing as many reviews as I said I was going to do. I ain't been doing as many cringe comic reads as I said I was going to do. So we going to get caught up in 2 weeks. I'm going to give y'all 2 weeks. I'm going to give y'all half a year's worth of fire content in 2 weeks. And all I ask is that if you have it in you to give, throw me a couple shekels, hit my Streamlabs up right there on the that's linked in the top of the chat. Hit me up on Cashapp or PayPal, linked in the description. You can join the Patreon page, linked in the description. Everything in the description, y'all. Hit me up if you need some content done. I got you. I got that fire editing for y'all. But yeah, everyone's response is warranted. At least you never took a shit nap, because that's the thing. Yeah, fortunately, Sketchbook, I did not take a shit nap, and thank the Lord for that. But what's Skibbity Toilet? Let's watch a few and find out.
This my style is ridiculous.
Oh, if I could see y'all faces right now. Oh, if I could see y'all faces. Oh, don't worry. It gets worse.
This my style is ridiculous.
Hey, stop it. Stop hopping around. Stop it. See, I told y'all I was gonna boomer shit. Look, I need to start doing like Animaine. I need to start doing Animaine bingo or something. The big one, everyone gonna get Animaine boomers to stream when he's trying to share something. Like everybody would get that straight up. Yeah. So Skibbity Toilet is this thing that was started by this guy here whose name is literally just the fuck boom. And it seems like the most random shit, but the more you watch it, you find out that there's a lot more to it. Like there's these toilet heads that are obviously going around and they're singing this fucking Skibbity Dom Yes Yes song. And this is actually hold up. Because this is the one. I know this look random and stupid, but this is the one when I figured out that this dude is not playing.
My style is ridiculous.
Yeah. Listen. I know this is stupid. I know this makes no sense. I know they just went in this fucking sandbox shit and made some absolute cringe fest faces in toilets, right? But these niggas remixed the goddamn Imperial March from Star Wars to show that this is an alien invasion, yo. Now that is some high... Listen, this shit is random. This shit is stupid. That's the point. But it gets weird. It gets sick with it, right? And okay, that's just a summation of the last few ones.
The king upon his throne, I'm ready for their throne.
So basically, what is this that's happening, right? You find out over the course of the next few episodes that it's more than just these random toilets singing this Skibbity song. You find out that there's actually a defensive force that's forming against these guys in the form of these camera head people. And now... So now we're at war. Now we're at war. So now we Carnelian says, I'm 85% certain there's a film theory video about this. Actually, I'm 100% certain. Yeah, there's been several theory crafts made about this thing. And the crazy thing about it, y'all, this isn't even like no old internet shit. This just started. Like, when I say that just started, this is the 9th episode out of like 55, I want to say. This is just from 3 months ago. 3 months ago. This just got here. And look at, we can say it's cringe, we can say it's stupid all we want, but listen. Look at these views. Look at these fucking views. 41 million views. 23 million views, 35 million views, 28, 21 million, 51 million views on this shit. The number one thing that's not part of the series. That's some other stuff he did before he started doing Skibbity Toilet. But the series, the most viewed one in the series, has 51 million views and it has been out for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And it's a series of minute-long videos about toilet head aliens fighting camera head people, and then later on, like, speaker head people come in and projection head people come in, and it gets so fucking weird and trippy, man. But this tells me 2 things. Number one, this is more confirmation that we have no excuse. Those of us who are storytellers, those of us who are creatives, what are we waiting on? Right? That's what I'm gonna issue to y'all right now. Those of y'all who got story shit you working on, what are you waiting on? What's keeping you from developing it further? Because if this stupid shit can get millions of views in a matter of minutes of dropping, don't sit here and tell me your shit can't either. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you sit here and lie to me. This person, this defuck boom, who I think is some Russian guy, is revolutionizing the internet. Clearly, this is not just some fad that just showed up and is going to go away tomorrow. Like, people actually like this stuff. And Carnelian is right. There are deep lores written about this shit. People theorizing what everything means. People talking about how they feel connected to certain characters. Characters that don't talk outside of brrr, dibbities, gum, dum, dum, yes, yes. So, if you have the weirdest fucking ideas to shit that don't make no sense, find a way to make it work. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying you just pick up and just put whatever out there. But find a way. Find a way. Ronan Ninja Star says the algorithm can be based on luck. It can, but not to the tune of several million views per video. That's not luck. That's not luck. Sometimes you just stumble into a shit ton of views. Sometimes you just stumble into people finding 1 or 2 videos of yours and they take off for reasons that we haven't figured out, right? But again, like, look at the data, right? You don't hit millions of views per video off of a fluke for 3 months straight. People don't work like that. Not internet fads don't work like that, okay? Certainly not on YouTube. There's too much stuff out here that we as human beings and as content, not content creators, but as consumers, we're bombarded with so many things that if something's not genuinely holding our interest, we can just go do something else. Now, I'll also admit that a good amount of this is probably people just wondering what the fuck this shit is about, and they watch it and then they get weirded out, right? But let's look at some of this stuff. Let's look at some of this stuff. Not the video itself, but like, look at this. Okay, so this video has 28 million views, has damn near 1 million likes, 955,000 likes. That's not just the algorithm. This has 63 Over 63,000 comments, and we can see the comments. Like, thank you. They're talking about stuff that's actually happening in the video. They're referencing older things, older episodes. They're bringing up things. They're time stamping for lore stuff, right? That's not just the thing about an algorithm. That's when something has truly taken on a life of its own. I understand meme culture is big. Meme culture is huge. And sometimes shit will take off just because it reaches meme status, right? But sometimes things can also take off because people really fuck with it. And clearly, this thing, people are fucking with it because it's so weird, because it's so out there. Like, that's a core element of this thing. And I think at the end of the day, look, as a weird ass person, that makes me feel good, right? Not that I necessarily want to go out and make toilet head videos, but it's just confirmation that, you know, you really can just make the shit that's in your head, right? Find a way to package it in a way that people resonate with and put it out there, and maybe it'll work and maybe it won't. Maybe we'll have to tweak some stuff. At this point, the series has evolved so much beyond just a head popping out a toilet that it really is we're in like end game levels of this shit, man. Like, these skibbity toilet videos are genuinely on some Infinity War endgame shit. And it all started as just some dumb videos about a head popping out a toilet, singing some fucking songs mashed together. Like, but that's what I wanted to show y'all. I had no expectations of what this would do or how people feel about this, but definitely let me know what you think, right? Like, it's weird. That's the reason why I showed it to y'all. But I personally, I'll step out. I'll be the one. If I got to be the only one on this channel in this chat room that says that this shit is hitting on something, I'll be that person. And I'm all right with that. But that has been our episode of Daily Randomonium for today.
We now return to your usual streaming program, already in progress.
See you next time, nigga. And that's gonna do it for today, y'all. This has been your boy Animaine. This has been the first episode of the Extremaganza, where I'm streaming every single day for the next 2 weeks. Because we gonna get that number. Where is it? There, get the fingers work. There you go. We gonna get that number up to 5K, excuse me. We gonna get it up to $5,000. We gonna do it. We gonna do it, right? And however we got to do it, I believe in y'all. And if you can't give, I completely understand, man, because times is hard out here. Share the stream. I usually member lock my streams after a couple days. I'm gonna leave all these up for a while, right? Share the stream. Share the stream. Let people know what's going on. Pass it on. Share it in Discord servers. Share it on Twitter. Share it everywhere you can, man. And I appreciate anything and everything you have to do to help your boy not get put out on the street, because that's kind of what I'm looking at if I don't raise this money, just to be real with y'all. But it's all good. It's all good. We're going to be all right. We're going to make it like Jada Kiss and Styles P said. That's what we're going to do. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the chat room. Shout out to my Animaniacs, aka my channel members and my patrons, which you can become one right now, linked in the description. But thank you. We're going to be right back here, 11 a.m. tomorrow Eastern. I'm going to be joined by Igika and Amanda C. Miller, aka Daywalker Comedy. We're going to be talking about Daddy Elon and how he fucked up Twitter. We're going to be talking about Common America, because look, I saw him, and the Rippaverse ain't the only indie comic shit that's blowing up. Heard through the grapevine, aka Mark and Tim, that Common America has made in its lifetime over $1 million. So we're going to be talking about that, and seeing as how they're about to conclude their second story arc, we're going to go through and we're just going to talk about Common America, man. And we're going to be doing a whole bunch of shit. Now that I'm going to actually have other people with me on stream, you thought this stream was stupid. Oh, tomorrow when I actually have people up here with me, it's about to get worse, niggas. But that's going to be all for me today, y'all. Thank you for watching and listening. I'm Animaine, and I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.
Finally, The Rock has come back! Where's the GOAT? The GOAT!
Ooh, bitch, we in for a good one. We'll do it live.
Push that ass away! Bitch, don't tell me what to do!
You're far right, you're an asshole. You're far left, you're an asshole.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live.